Hi, folks. This is Mountain Man coming to you from parts unknown. Well, boy, I tell you what, we did a thumbnail, or I did a thumbnail. We discussed the situation where Trump went to Abbey Gate and nobody showed up from the Biden administration, and they're trying to turn that into a brouhaha, throwing out little slurs and doing news stories. I tell you that. Wesley Clark, boy, he needs a post-service discipline once this is over with and Donald Trump gets in office. But I'll talk about that as we go on with the broadcast. We've got these assassination hearings and hearings going on about Judge McCon and Alvin Bragg, and of course Jack Smith doing his little Weasley move of filing a superseding an indictment. Ha ha ha! What a joke! 6 days before the Department of Justice says that within 60 days you're prohibited. Now that's a rule that is not the law, as Judge Napolitano had said, but it is generally respected dictum within the Department of Justice. So it must carry some weight because he rushed to get it done. It's just childlike motion. Of course, Judge Chutkin has to take it under advisement, but everybody says there's 100% concurrence that there's no way that there could be a trial started anywhere near the election, and that Trump does not have to physically appear at any of their goofball, dopey motions days or anything like that they're going to do. Overall, with the public as jaded and cynical and puked out as many in the public are, this move by Jack Smith is damaging to them as far as making them look like clowns, like wannabe sadists, and it's evident even in the pro cabal media comments. You got the usuals that come in there. Yay, put him in jail, lock him up. The ignoramuses that show up all the time, but more and more there's people coming in and saying, enough of this is enough. So anyway, we have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about it tonight. And hi, Lone Wolf. Hi, Sin. Wayne, how you doing? Nice to see you. Tennessee. Melinda, Angela, Gloria, KNS, Debbie, a Google account, everybody's rolling in. That's good to hear. So I meant to get a screenshot of it, but I had a comment from somebody who was very distressed over this. I put up a community post. I thank you all for going up there, looking at a community post and giving me a thumbs up. I put in there, arrest Jack Smith, over top of the article that was announcing his move. And apparently they're sick of it, and they're not going to be around for how things turn out. Now, I don't know if this person is, suffering from an illness or just in a fit of depression. But I put a link into to the maybe a 5-minute video, 4-minute, might not even be that long, of Judge Napolitano discussing this the mechanics of this indictment. He finished up by saying, well, every time they do this, his polls just go up, so they're just doing him a favor. And that's the way to look at it, not to fall into despair. And hopefully they'll take that to heart. And put a quote in that I mentioned many episodes ago, several times. You change the way you look at things, and things change the way they look. So keep that in mind, folks. And as we know, as we've discussed, and as we've witnessed, none of us, know if we're going to be fortunate enough to see the real fruits be born of this operation. Donald Trump's sister didn't get to see it. Ivana didn't get to see it. Donald Trump's brother didn't get to see it. I've had friends that have passed that knew something was up and wanted to see how things were going to turn out, and they didn't make it. From natural causes and things. We don't know when we're going to leave this earth. But don't ever wish your life away, especially in the shadows of despair. Okay? Walk out of the shadow of despair. Stay in the light. That is the truth. Don't let anybody steer you away with fantastical thinking. Okay? Reality. We know what's going on, and I put what I put in my thumbnail, that picture of JFK, Trump in the middle, and RFK on the end, like the bookends. I started it, I'll finish it, and I'll help. That was posted by Mr. T on Truth Social, along with a lot of other posts that are directly quoting what we all know as the 17th letter. So a lot of them. I mean, it's blatant. And I remember one post that said, at some point, the question is going to have to be asked. And that question is, who is the 17th letter plus? Who is? And I thought when they were just opening the floor up to people to ask Mr. T questions, that someone would do it then. And nobody did. So we'll see if that happens again. Mr. T is going to have a rally and town hall. But anyway, we got this big interview with Kamala. Am I saying it right? Gee, I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, Google account what Jack Smith and his meritless charges are election interference. Yeah, and so I'm just looking at the chats. Hi, Ronald. How you doing? Lori, nice to see you. Yeah, they're trying to affect it, but it's blowing up in their face. Yeah, the tears of a clown in Tennessee says, ha ha. But everybody's going to be around to see it. Flannel Cheese, how are you? Sherry. So, yeah, they all see it coming. How you doing, White Lightning? And they're all watching. And man, they have got to work overtime. They are working overtime. Even they refer to them as officials, an official. But it was an employee, okay? A staff member at the Arlington National Cemetery is stirring up trouble. Got a little TDS, and we'll go over that too. That's nothing but a red herring. But Wesley Clark, General Wesley Clark. How you doing, Roberto? D'Angela, nice to see you. Debbie. We got Sandy here. Jumped in and on CNN and saying, oh, it's just disappointing and so terrible that he would use for photo op. Listen, you slob. I hope that when Trump gets in office and he demands resignations, immediate resignations for everybody involved in the Abbeygate debacle, okay, the Afghan withdrawal. I hope he's got a folder where he can do some post-service discipline on you, okay, Wesley Clark. That's what I'm hoping. And you get everything you know about Wesley Clark from the simple fact that when he ran for president, Madonna was his main supporter, pushing him. Madonna, okay? The quintessential poster it for the cabal in the music industry and entertainment. So, how dare he attempt to berate President Trump during a very important and meaningful ceremony for the families of those who lost their lives. So just like Vance said when Kamala, she put her 2 cents in, go to hell. The only way I'd have approved on that was to go straight to hell. Okay. Don't stop off anywhere or not do it. Go straight to hell. So that was a memorial service at an anniversary time that is publicly memorializing the sacrifice. Okay. And we're part of the public, and we have a right to document that historic memorial. And some little quote official started to try to limit photo taking and things like that. You go to hell too. So there's been responses back and forth, but the final word has been put out by the family and posted by President Trump on Truth Social. So we'll go over that in a little more detail. But little creeps like Wesley Clark don't fall. I had friends that are conservative, but they've been walking in the dark. They haven't been getting the details. And they used to have this thing about McStain. McStain, wow, what a wonderful hero he was. And I've said it many times, just because somebody put a uniform on doesn't mean you bow to them and defer to them and honor them. Okay. Hi, Jason, how you doing? Melvita, how you doing? Chris, nice to see you. So anyway, I took some screenshots from some videos I was watching. We had those hearings where Dan Bongino was involved, testifying about what happened to the evidence after the assassination attempt. We all saw it. I put the picture up of that FBI agent rinsing down the roof. Hi, Richard, how are you? And we were saying that night, or the next evening after the attempt, there was something rotten in Denmark about how they were behaving. So, anybody, even if they just the average person watching politics out their side eye, on the hamster wheel, going to work and can't pay attention with what we're discussing now, with this idiotic move by Jack Smith, with the hearings going on, with the destruction of evidence during the Trump shooting, the behavior of the Secret Service, the behavior of these people at the memorial service for the victims of Abbeygate. All these things combined have got to make people say to themselves, something stinks. Judge McConn's daughter, they're digging and they're getting to the bottom of that kind of stuff. And I see people in the comments saying, well, Congress, they shouldn't be picking on Judge McCon. A judge is a judge. These idiots don't understand checks and balances, okay? Checks and balances. You learn that in the 7th grade, 6th grade. Or you're supposed to learn that. A lot of these people that are maybe reading their comments, they might be 18 or 19 years old and they don't even, recognize the natural order of things, if you know what I mean. So we're going to clean out the military, clean these bureaucrats out. Let me see what happened. Somebody had an interesting way of putting what happened during that memorial service. Somebody apparently tried to stop pictures from being taken during the service. And one person said it was it was exaggerated what happened, that there wasn't any real physical altercation. And a spokesman for the Trump campaign said, well, a person there at the cemetery had a daggone psychotic event, is how they described it. I have to check and make sure I get the words right, but that's pretty close. I have it in the description, Sandy, on Buy Me a Coffee. I want to thank Bev and Mike for helping out. And with my last broadcast, and Gary is always helping out, and everybody else is helping with Buy Me a Coffee. I should have a link in the description, unless I get in a rush to get on the air. But on Tuesday, NPR reported Trump's campaign staff verbally abused and pushed the cemetery official aside who tried to stop them from capturing Trump. An Arlington National Cemetery spokesperson revealed to the New York Post there was a, quote, incident and that a report has been filed. Now, of course, CNN picked that up and ran with it, and right away got their little creepo Wesley Clark on there to talk about it. You don't hear nothing out of Milley. You don't hear nothing out of Mattis. Some of these TV generals that were really prominent. So they have to get down in go down to the bottom of the barrel and get Wesley Clark. But Trump communication director Stephen Chung said that the cemetery official was, quote, suffering from a mental health episode and had no physical altercation. So that's a polite way of saying, what are you, nuts? There wasn't anything like that. So I broke my rule a little bit, and I put in the comment section, sounds to me like an employee was suffering from TDS. And I said, oh, I meant to say official. Okay. So many of these employees in different, government positions or even working in a government building, the janitor, I'm an official, separate them and us, right? So that was a nice way of saying he's suffering from a mental health episode and had no physical altercation. But the Gold Star family, one of the members claimed the cemetery official was, quote, lying, and that the family invited Trump. Darren Hoover, okay? This is when it all first started blowing apart. Darren Hoover said, we are the ones that invited Trump. He didn't invite himself. We invited him because we knew that he had our backs. He supports us. He cares about us. While I was there, I didn't witness any physical altercation or anything like that. And quite frankly, the Arlington staff is lying. I mean, it's a flat out lie. So I'll put them in the same category, or one click below the National Archives Marxists that contributed to this stupid classified documents accusations. Little peanut employees working in some peanut outfit that feel they have enough power to interfere with Trump or to assist in creating a negative scenario where they can slur and attempt to defame him. So we'll see how the discipline ball bounces on that particular situation. And this Darren Hoover went on to say, we wanted the pictures to memorialize, what President Trump had said and done. And in that moment where he's paying the respects to our children. And it's like I said, we're the public. We deserve to witness historical memorials, okay? We deserve to participate in peace. If we want to put out our prayers, our, as many people say, vibes, okay? Not to have them disrupted and attempt to discredit what we're trying to do by some mentally ill individual who feels they have an official position. Right, Wesley Clark? Oh, okay, Sandy, great. I'm glad you saw it. Sometimes I've forgotten in the past. So anyway, that's my gripe with Wesley Clark, and I have told people in the past, there is such a thing as post-service discipline. And I've referred to, there were at least 2 instances where an active high-ranking officer said something about Clinton that was less than favorable, and he got demoted. He got a pay decrease. There was a retired general who called Clinton something akin to a dope-smoking bum, something like that. And he got post-service discipline. Cost him money and rank. Might have been temporary, but it still, you can go past the point of discharge and exercise discipline on the ranks. So, did you all watch where Corey Mills was asking questions about the assassination attempt? I still have it sticks in my craw about that one where you could hear that cop saying they're running out and Trump's speaking and make yourself small. I don't know what's going on. Like they knew a shot was coming. Why would you make yourself small? And didn't do anything to it. Well, Corey would have liked to know that. Make your family small. Something's going on. Duck. Cover up. If you didn't want to tell Trump, it'd been nice to tell Corey, but he's not alive anymore, right? So I don't go, oh, thank you for your service. Oh, gee whiz. But anyway, one of the questions you asked of many, didn't you find it odd that the body of the shooter was cremated and let go to the family without the coroner even knowing? And the coroner is the one who approves of when the physical leftovers of a being are released. And to a man, I forget all three of the ones that were testifying, but you heard terms like destruction of evidence. Not just referring to when they were hosing off the roof, which is highly, highly unusual. And most of you probably heard me say it, but the Murdaugh case in South Carolina, the family destroyer, who's working on getting a second trial, by the way. The brother, if you can go back and watch on, I think it's Court TV, where the brother is testifying that the scene was verboten. Nobody could go on it for a period of days. And then they said, okay, you can go on there now. Nobody came there and touched a thing. You had to hire a company to come in, kind of like a hazmat certified company to clean up. So, but here you got the FBI and hosing the roof down, and we discussed that, trace evidence. When somebody passes away and they're trying to solve a mystery, they microscopically go through their clothing to look for a fiber, a hair, something that links them to somebody else, DNA. But like we talked about, they just got him by the ankles and just drug him down the building and dumped him off the end of the building into a box or a bag or something. And then hose the roof down. Unreal. But, so many of these people that are playing along with this election interference, some of them are on automatic pilot. I would find it hard to believe that that employee at the cemetery got some kind of marching order from somebody to attempt to disrupt that memorial service. It might have been somebody pick up phone and say, they shouldn't be allowed to take pictures, just to screw things up. But the person involved who is stirring this trouble up, all they have to be is a brainwashed flunky. They won't look to the bigger reasons why they shouldn't interfere with that memorial or attempt to spoil it for the families who are honored to have President Trump there, and then to have it marred by some little twit picking up cigarette butts in the graveyard. But maybe the brainwashing is so strong, they all look for ways they can disrupt without being told. Okay? They're like automatons. That's how strong this brainwashing is, automatons. But one of the witnesses said that a lot of, I listened to him twice, He said a lot of things did smell what happened that day. Getting rid of the body without telling anybody, washing down the roof, nobody looking at the water tower for even a possible position. I had a friend lives far away, texted me, said, "Do you think there was somebody posted on the water tower?" This was very soon after the incident. I said, "There better had been." I mean, that was my response. I mean, you have the window snipers, and they cloak. You've seen the pictures probably, where they cloak the barrel of their gun with netting because they don't want the people to be alarmed. They don't want somebody looking up there and seeing, "Oh gosh, I got a gun pointed at me." You know, they want the rally goers to, but anybody with a brain would know that there would be someone at a high point protecting. You wouldn't have to camouflage or disguise or anything. It's just a matter of fact, there's where you put somebody. I have the high ground, Anakin. You put them at the highest point. But they didn't even consider it. Today it was the first time listening to that hearing that I find out they didn't even consider the water tower. So one thing that Bongino was bringing up, that there was so many people in the Secret Service, he called it cultural issues, but they're nutcases. They're talking about the one of Kamala's detail gotten some kind of hissy fit and slapping or attacking another person on the team. Or what kind of behavior is that over freaking nothing? And these people are supposed to be the best of the best as far as personal protection. Whether it's Kamala or whoever it is, you don't have anybody with those kinds of predilections calling themselves a Secret Service agent. Immediate dismissal. Yeah, you transfer them to some other job, but that person was probably carrying a service weapon, among other things. Being that close to a VIP and losing their mind. So yeah, a lot of things need an enema. A lot of different branches of the government. 9 million federal agents, 9 million of them. And I'd be willing to bet 30% of them are nuts. We got a lot of good ones, or we'd already be gone. We'd already be lost. But another interesting thing they brought up was there was no toxicology that anyone's aware of. They may have taken samples, but there's different types of tests you do for different types of things. What if this person was on psychotropic drugs? That there's different tests you do. It's not like you're testing for cocaine or meth. Mind altering. Hi, Tracy. How you doing? Yeah, Angela, it's demonic. Yvonne, how you doing? Yeah, and a white van being registered in Arizona. A lot of stuff, but I guess they showed pictures of his folding gun and his backpack and stuff like that. He had pretty advanced knowledge on how to make IEDs and being able to detonate them on multiple signal transmitters and stuff. and no real internet history. What he do? He just dreamt how to do this stuff, and they're putting out such certain statements, definitive statements, that there was nobody else involved. I guess maybe they taught that stuff in chemical class at chem class at high school. Don't need to go on the internet. Oh, let me see what's going on in the comments. The father, Debbie says, the kid was dressed head to toe, masked up. The father, the sister I saw running around wearing a mask at the grocery store, I'd definitely be going through her social media. The sister. Yeah, I used to have a friend that would give me a ride, had a white van, and I'd be looking down the road, busy highway. Well, oh, here he comes, this white van. Oh, no, it's not him. Oh, here's another white van. Oh, no, it's not him. You don't realize how many white vans there are out there until you're looking for one. You say, gee, many crickets. There's 10,000 of them pass me a day. I didn't even realize it. So anyway, so tomorrow is the big interview with Kamala and Timid Timmy. And everybody's a buzz. Can you imagine not even doing a press conference for a month and a week to 40 days and not having a press conference when you've been anointed to be the first female president of the United States? You can't give one press conference, not one interview, and when you do agree, you got to bring dopey Tim Walsh, the frequent flyer to China commie, with you. So that's tomorrow. Does anybody know what time that is tomorrow? That interview on CNN? Because I heard that they're doing like dress rehearsals. Trump is going to hold a town hall tomorrow in Wisconsin. And I'm looking at it on Newsmax. They say it starts at 7. They say it starts at 7, but you know how that goes. I don't know when the actual town hall will start. I'm sure there will be, however it's set up. Is there going to be multiple speakers at the town hall? So for this Dana Bash interview with Tweedledee and Tweedledipwad, I suspect that's going to be around 9 o'clock Eastern time, wouldn't you? Because that would be 6 o'clock California time, to make sure everybody across the nation can watch it. But I have a feeling that this interview is going to be so staged and corny, kind of like when Kamala staged the phone call from Barack and Michael, doing her power walk with a bunch of people and the phone ringing, hello. Oh, I'm so surprised to hear from you. It was just a big phony setup. And then the staged call with Kamala calling Timid Tim. So it's going to be rehearsed. It's good. They're probably been spending a week, constructing some kind of method acting crap. But is Trump going to have the town hall at the same time is what I'm wondering. I see that it's Newsmax is putting it out on UTizzle. Here it is, Newsmax 5 waiting, scheduled for 8/29/24, 7 p.m. President Trump Town Hall in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Upcoming. So I'm wondering if he's going to do his town hall before this interview, which he may be putting out issues and making some news to set the tone of the interview. Because is it going to be pre-taped or is it going to be live interview? Hi, Tara. How you doing? Oh, yeah, Pig Losey. She, another video leak. I was going to put in there, Nancy is leaking. But I didn't want to get a bad visual in y'all's minds. Nancy is leaking. But she leaked a video, I guess thinking it would make Trump look bad. And right on cue, Communist News Network gets up there and does their side jabs at Trump. But the long and the short of it is anybody that listens to both the videos that she let out, that she dropped the ball. Is somebody making her do that? That's right, Angela. They're playing games where they were trying to kick RFK off the ballots. His campaign spending millions of dollars in attorney's fees. I mean, you just might as well just open the door and throw it out of your front yard, that money. Probably somebody more worthy would get the money. But anyway, then he finally throws his hands up and say, all right, I'm not going to run. And they switch from, oh, no, we got to leave you on the ballot now, instead of them instigating all these court cases to kick him off. That's the same backwards things they do, like with this superseding indictment. A superseding indictment is, from what I've seen in the past, is like, oh, we indicted you for something, now here's more. We found even more stuff, so we do a superseding indictment. This is, as far as I know, the first superseding indictment that took a bunch of stuff out and didn't add a damn thing. Where is that? It's a conspiracy, and I got a picture of that damn thing. Let me see if I can find it. Here, Jack Smith, here's some of the posts Trump put up. Some of the posts that Trump put up Now, I don't know. Now, Mercan, he's got his sentencing thing coming up. I saw where one of these Marxist operatives in the UTISL comment section said, didn't Judge Mercan put out an order that he has to behave himself? Talking about Trump. Yeah, like Mercan going to tell anybody how to behave. But Trump put up, Jack is it's a picture of Jack Smith looking like Beelzebub. Jack Smith is a career criminal, a political weapon against America. He should be prosecuted for election interference and prosecutorial misconduct. And then he's got a picture of himself sitting next to Obama in the White House. And the caption is, all roads lead to Obama. Read truth if you want public military tribunals. This was put out by Trump today. What you got to say about that, Mercan? And then another one Trump put out today. Retweet a picture of Jack Smith and his bride. Trump's special counsel, Jack Smith, and his wife are Biden donors, and she produced Michelle Obama's documentary. Ha ha ha! Mercan, what are you going to do about that? They might be baiting him. I don't know. Oh boy. Then what's going on with Judge Chutkan's gag order? Because this one has to do with the J and then 6 gang, the committee, I'll call them. The Unselect Committee. He put this out. Indict the Unselect Committee, sedition. Read truth if you want to lock them up. Trump put that out. Then Trump put out another one, says, hold the line. Justice is coming. Read truth if you're ready for justice to be served. That's why I put that in my thumbnail, which usually gets me in trouble with UTISL. We'll see if it gets me in trouble. But a lot of these comments come straight from the 17th letter, okay? Just like this one. Shows Trump walking across the tarmac. This is not another 4-year election. Returning power to the people. Then it's got pictures of people in jail outfits. Let's see. Joe, Hunter, Nancy, Hillary, Fauci, Dr. Fauci, Bill Gates, and Kamala. All sitting behind bars, and the caption reads, this is how you actually fix, quote, the system. Yeah, some heavy hitting. Just, I don't know, 15 of them. Then it's a picture of Trump in front of a flag with a cheering, looks like he's cheering. And it says something that I have to watch what I say on YouTube, but let me see. I don't know if it gets me in trouble or not, but we'll see. It says nothing can stop, and then what is coming? Nothing. And then it's got the initials, WWG1, okay? I'll break it up, WGA. Read truth if you agree. Trump posted that. I think he's trying to get the question to be asked. Who is the 17th letter? Because they said we might have to force the issue of the question being asked. And then there's another one. I'm going to crop all these and put them in the video. A picture of Trump walking with lightning all around him and his eyes in the background behind Trump, and it says, Nothing can stop. And then what is coming? All from the 17th letter. Let's see. Then it's got a one that is probably 6 years old. And he reposted this meme that was actually posted on the 17th letter. It's a black and white picture of Obama in the front, Brennan, Clapper, McCabe, and Comey in the background, looking all stupid. And at the top it says Spygate. And underneath it says, never has a president left office to collude with others to impede the next sitting president of the United States of America until Obama. And then it's got a very artful one that I like. I was thinking about using it as a thumbnail. But when I put up something where Trump looks good or something like that, the video doesn't get put around. I mean, they suppress me as it is, but they do it even worse. This one shows Trump with the world in the background behind him. He's got his palms up, and it says, the world will soon understand, that on the top. And at the bottom it says, no, nothing can stop, okay, what is coming. Like 5 times back to back, he posted that saying in different memes. Yeah, I'll crop all these and put them up on a picture show. And this one I like, shows Trump with his hand over his heart. And it says, the oath I took to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution will never expire. And I will be elected president on 11/5/2024. No games with dates, nothing. No codes, nothing. Elon Musk put out, Trump will save democracy in America. Mark my words. Kamala /Harris would be a disaster. And Trump put up there, thank you, Elon. I certainly will be trying. And did you know Trump has a book coming out? They want to play that game. They have all these creeps and losers nobody cares about. They do an operation. They cause trouble. E. Jean Carroll, the people that left Trump's administration, getting fired, causing trouble. They write a book. You don't see sales, but they get millions. Well, Trump's going to get millions for his book, and it's going to be honest money. I have a fantastic new book coming out in 2 weeks, Save America. I hand-selected every photo from my time in the White House to our current third campaign for President of the United States. A must-have on U.S. history, especially for America First patriots. Get your copy now at 45books.com/. So, the cover is him sticking his fists in the air with the American flags behind him. So they want to play a book game. We'll play it and win. Did you all see the interview with Mr. T and Dr. Phil? There's where you have Trump reaching out to people in the TV world, okay? Formerly the Ellen DeGenerate crowd, the Oprah crowd. Now you got Dr. Phil. The same people watch that stuff. So you got Trump having a very humanistic interview with Dr. Phil, like he's been doing with the young creators on different platforms. But Dr. Phil said, the only thing I can think is that God loves our country. And he thinks we're going to bring our country back. This is Trump talking to Dr. Phil. And he said, it has to be God. It has to be God. How can you say it's luck when it's 20 million to 1? So there's clip after clip after clip coming out about Kamala, where she's talking about getting rid of private health care, where she's talking about getting rid of the police. Kamala wants to remove police from schools. And this is her speaking at the 2019 Presidential Justice Forum at Benedict College. Wanting to get rid of police out of schools. More and more of that crap is coming out. And you've got these gurus or former gurus like James Carville acknowledging, well, you know, she said some stuff that was kind of liberal back then, and how she going to straighten it out, I don't know. Now, I think that guy's touched in the head myself, James Carville. And he's subject to get his nose twisted the way he talks about people. But he all but admits that they need to lie. They need to cover up. But he says it in such a way, it's like, well, you need to change the message. That's why she's, no, I didn't say everybody has to have battery-powered cars by 2040. I didn't say defund the police. I didn't say I've said about kids in school what they are letting be taught and encouraging to be done, which is nothing more than castration and medical experimentation. And when you think about these things, it's insane. Whatever the number is, if it's 35%, 40% for Kamala, 48% for Kamala, 45%, are you people freaking nuts? What's the song they sing? We're not going to go back. Go back to what? What was so bad about Trump? That shows you the power of these psyops, especially when you have a Schadenfreude mentality. Bongino tried to point that out, calling it a cultural issue, when he was really talking about this DEI culture and Schadenfreude, where people just get a joy out of seeing others fail. And they're angry if they perceive somebody having more fun out of life than them. They want to put a stop to it. And that is dangerous because they enjoy being miserable. So if this Schadenfreude crowd gets control and you're not allowed to have more fun out of life than they're having, and they enjoy being miserable, You see where I'm going with this? But anyway, these things are catching up. Who the hell wants to take protection from children away? Who the hell wants kids being whispered to by mentally unstable individuals about their privates? You know, who wants that? Who wants open borders? California's given $150,000 to give migrants a fresh start to buy a home. Did you read that? $150,000. And the next article had a 94-year-old woman, I think she was, getting kicked out of her house. I wonder what that was about. But she's an American citizen. She should be living her golden years in peace. But then you got somebody, no speaky, me no speaky, gets 150 grand. Gavin Newsom. I'm just looking through the comments. Oh, yeah, they want to unrealized capital gains. That's just stealing. That is just a shell game. That's just like just going in your bank account and taking your money because they think you're going to have a little bit more. And that's why one thing I didn't even catch on. Trump mentioned the McKinley administration. Remember that, folks? He said, when he was talking about no tax on tips, he said this country, this government financed itself with tariffs for almost 150 years. Look at the McKinley administration. I think he was hinting toward getting rid of taxation altogether because of the specious way with which that amendment was passed to the Constitution. Who the hell wants to give the government power to pick your pocket? But anyway, that was before the assassination attempt, and it didn't dawn on me. McKinley was assassinated. I said, holy cow. Boy, did I miss that one. I'm not the only one, though. Did you all catch that one? Or is it just me falling down on the job? And then he put up another big meme from Kash Patel using a meme that was posted on the 17th letter site. It says American coup d'etat. And Kash Patel added to it, it's got photos of everybody that was involved. And Kash Patel puts up the Durham report. FBI guilty, DOJ guilty, IC guilty, Comey guilty. All these names are guilty. McCabe, Strzok, Page, FISA judges, Rosenstein, Chris Wray, Gina Haspel, Sally Yates, Lisa Monaco, John Carlin, Michael Sussman, Christopher Steele, Stephen Halper, Fusion GPS, Mark Elias, Clinton, Bruce Orr, Nellie Orr. Guilty, all of them. And at the bottom it says, Donald Trump, innocent. So Trump put that one up on his Truth Social. And then he put up the formal statement by the family. Darren Hoover, Kelly Barnett, Christy Shamblin, Misty Rose Foucault, Cheryl Jules. The formal statement where they said they were thankful for Donald Trump to go to Arlington. So other than that flash in the pan, CNN dragging up Wesley Clark and Kamala making a smart comment about it, where Vance responded to her, go to hell. I don't think we're going to hear much more of it. You don't hear anybody else picking up the ball and running with it. But it shows you how petty they are, and it shows a lot of Americans how petty they are. And low life, that they would disrupt a beautiful memorial, an historic memorial with a proud family trying to honor their loved ones with President Trump. They want to smear stuff all over it. It shows how disgusting they are. Right, Wesley Clark? That's what got me going before I went live. So they're going on about, one thing about that convention. I'll put up some pictures of it, but a trick they pull. They'll put the stage on the floor about 40% up the venue, and then put a huge wall up behind the stage. And what that does is it cuts off 40% of the seating behind the stage, empty seats that you can't see because the stage is 30 feet tall, the back wall of the stage. And then they cram everybody after they say Beyonce is coming, what's her name, Taylor Swift, and they get, people stuffed in there. You see something from Trump, the stage is in the middle with no background, okay? 360 degrees, seating filled to the rafters. That's how they pull that trick, though. They put the stage halfway up the venue and then block the whole half of the building off behind the stage and put everybody else in the front. Well, you got JD. He's pulling in more people for his rallies as VP candidate than Kamala. She can't fill a gym. But, oh, no, we can't talk about that because that's silly to talk about crowd sizes. Well, have a rally. Have a rally, Kamala. And don't bring somebody shaking their rear end or lie about some fantastic star. Just let it all be about you. Nobody's going to show up. Or it's going to cost you an arm and a leg to bribe people to show up. Oh, September, sissy, huh? Yeah. Well, what they do with the money is ungodly. Just a federal level. I mean, people, they need to request a budget for their county, the budget for their little town they live in, and start keeping track of it. It's your damn money they're taking. So anyway, was there anybody know what time Kamala's interview is? I'm not saying to watch it. I'm just wondering the timing between Trump's town hall and tomorrow and when Kamala's interview is going to be. Oh, tomorrow there's going to be a X3 accusation. Okay. And this guy, and I've told you about this channel, he did something 30 flipping years ago. Where is that? I got a screenshot of it. 30 damn years ago. Oh, I'll have to try to find that. And tomorrow is his big day. And you can hear the case history on Paco Rivera's channel. Here it is. Here it is. He's got a channel called it's the title of a YouTube channel, so I guess I can say it: Death Row and Executions. So I'm not being morbid. I'm telling you, this guy's name is Loran Cole. Scheduled for the big good night tomorrow, August 29th, 2024. And he's on Florida death row. So that's Eastern time, right? So they do it at what, dawn? Usually. He gets breakfast meal, whatever. And so he's got about 8 hours, 6 hours left. And they're cutting the lights out for him. And what he did was heinous. It was heinous. Him and another person. And you can look at that. Not to be morbid, it's just something's got to change. Something's got to change. People say it's not a deterrent, like hell. They had one, I guess they clipped him out of here yesterday, August 7th. Arthur Burton and his victim's final words to this creature was, "I forgive you, and God does too." Her name was Nancy Edelman. I don't know if he was up there 25 years or 30 years or 40 years, how long the hell he's been up there. Hi, Wanda. So we had one yesterday, and we got another one going tomorrow. Did you all get to see this trial of this guy named Tellez, is how they pronounce it, Telles? Some people, he pronounced it Tellez. His second trial. I'll give you all a couple of seconds to answer that. The jury was, I don't know how long, they were out a number of days. And I was beside myself because it's so obvious what he did. I don't think anybody. If you get a chance, check it out. Robert Telles, Telles. But anyway, there's a civil rights group demands a probe into Ken Paxton, the Texas Attorney General, for his investigations into voting and then fraud, right? So they're attacking him. They want him probed like he's doing something criminal by chasing criminals. And at the same time, there's a group banding together in Florida to fight what they call anti-LGBTQ laws. Parents in Florida are forming an advocacy group, are forming advocacy groups in the plural, to push back against rising anti-alphabet legislation and rhetoric in the state. In other words, what you can say and can't say. Okay, well, as far as I'm concerned, anybody approaching a child with that kind of talk is behaving criminally. And I don't give a damn if they say, I mean well, I'm trying to protect the child. You're psychologically abusing children. Here it shows this woman standing here with a multi-rainbow piece of paper that says, my son is gender creative and fabulous. And there's a little boy in a tutu dress holding a rainbow umbrella, smiling, holding his mother's hand. Just like parents end up in jail because they won't give their kids necessary medications, like antibiotics when they've got an infection, and leave them to pass from their infection because, we don't believe in penicillin. Well, this woman has no business raising a child, in my opinion, in my book. And they can, what they want to pass a law that says what I'm saying is rhetoric that should be outlawed. You're going to raise a child that's going to interact with other children with this hedonistic attitude towards life? I don't think so. So, okay, have your groups attack Ken Paxton. Put your names on your papers, okay? Have your groups attack legislation that protects children from perverts, okay? Put your names on it. Because we're just beginning. We're going to flush you out of the woodwork. Here it is. 96-year-old woman will be evicted from a California senior living facility as illegals receive $150,000 to purchase homes. 96 years old. That's End Wokeness on Twitter, if you want to look it up for yourself. End Wokeness on Twitter. So anyway, folks, yeah, we've got a system that is compromised, corrupted. Even cemetery workers at Arlington want to behave in a disruptive manner and throw their supposed weight around, their authority, just like the National Archives, the library gets utilized as an impetus to charge the President of the United States. So anyway, when do these people that are continually getting their Schadenfreude, hoping that Trump will fail, when are they going to realize that all they're doing is embracing hedonism, embracing Marxism, tossing their freedom in the trash pail? When are they going to come around and understand? I don't know. But one another reason for my thumbnail is this march toward a hellscape really started with the death of John F. Kennedy. And it will show the depths of how we've been corrupted ever since the end of World War II, with the beginning of the C.I.A. methods, belief systems that came from Operation Paperclip, and the Marxification of Europe. Just different people wearing different hats. Stalin was one former Marxist wearing one hat. Adolf was another Marxist wearing another hat, but they different names. No, I'm socialist. No, I'm communist. There's no difference. Mussolini, I'm fascist. No difference. All of Europe was ate up with it in some form or another, and it's infiltrated our government and our system. Actually, since I noticed somebody mentioned 1871, since the Act of 1871. All right, folks. Well, once again, I appreciate you spending your precious time with me. Let's see how things go tomorrow, and I'll find out a little more about that town hall. Watch it if you get a chance, Mr. T on Town Hall, and we'll see how Kamala does with her flunky. Yeah, we know who's behind it all. And do me a favor, if you haven't done it already, hit thumbs up on the way out. Like, share, subscribe. And if you're not subscribed, I appreciate you going ahead and doing that for me. Hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. Oh, okay, folks. Well, thank you once again for spending your precious time with me. And to the person who commented on my community post about Jack Smith's superseding indictment, watch the video. I put a link to it in my community page. I pinned the comment. Be strong and be not afraid. Okay? So you all have a great night. I'll be seeing you soon. This is Mountain Man, over and out.